Here at The Strategist, we like to think of ourselves as crazy, in the good way, about the stuff we buy. But as much as we'd like to, we can't try everything. Which is why we have People's Choice, in which we find the best reviewed products and single out the most convincing ones. You can learn more about our rating system and how we pick each item here. There are many products available to choose the best chainsaws, each with different characteristics. To help you make informed and perfect decisions, I did extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the best chainsaws from reputable brands. After much research, I found these very helpful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information, be sure to check my description. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Black plus Decker Lopper Chainsaw, 4.5 amp. Chainsaws scared the bejesus out of me, one 61-year-old reviewer admits, but says, once I got the hang of it, there was no stopping me. And dozens of other reviewers agree that this Lopper chainsaw is easy to use, regardless of skill level. After applying bar chain oil to the saw, I chomped down on several 1 to 2 inch branches, and it was like going through butter. One customer writes, while another says, I was able to cut down a few small trees and easily take some of the larger branches off of my hedges. Many say they used this to cut the branches of already cut trees into smaller sections for disposal. One user, who took down a dense 15-foot tree in about 4 hours with an electric chainsaw, used this lopper to reduce that whole pile into baggable chunks. They add, it could not have been easier. Number 2. Works 18-inch 415.0 amp chainsaw. Is it basically the best electric chainsaw you'll ever buy? One reviewer asks, before answering, yes. It cut through rock-hard dead mountain ash, no problem. Chainsaw novices and old pros alike are impressed by this electric option. I am not a chainsaw-wielding mountain man, one reviewer admits, but says, my wife likes Pinterest, and this last week there were projects that involved a chainsaw. Hence, now I own a chainsaw. He found this saw made it a simple breeze to take the 22-foot Christmas tree down and cut her into pieces. Another, who calls this a serious chainsaw in the electric class, says they took down 2 large white pines with it. One user points out that it says only 3-inch diameter maximum, but I felt like it could do much more if needed. The trade-off of no oil-gas mixing and auto chain tightening makes this thing a great choice for moderate to heavy outdoor use around your property. Number 3. Black & Decker 20-volt Max Lithium Ion 10-inch chainsaw. Be aware, it is a small chainsaw, one reviewer warns, but says, it is great for what I want to do: clean up deadfall in the yard, trim back tree limbs that are going in inappropriate directions, etc., and do things I previously had to pay someone else to do. Another customer writes, I needed a small chainsaw to cut up a bunch of limbs from a Bradford pear I had just trimmed back to the core. This did an amazing job. This chainsaw's small construction also makes it easy for a variety of people to use. I was able to cut a nice pile of logs up in the 20 minutes of operating time for the battery charge. The chainsaw is so small that one user even took it on a camping trip, writing, on my last trip, we were getting low on firewood, and I found a dead tree that was partially blocking the road. I cut about 12 rounds off the tree, anywhere from 3-inch to about 8-inch diameter at the base, plus removing branches as I went. Number 4. Greenworks 12-inch 40-volt cordless chainsaw. The consensus among reviewers is this chainsaw is ideal for small to medium-sized jobs. This is a great example of form and function being optimized, one reviewer. Absolutely reliable, starts every single time, none of the clumsiness of a corded chainsaw, very easy to maneuver into position, and cuts very well. Understand that you won't be felling any 16-inch trees with this baby, but for quick and easy work on a smaller scale, this is great. Another says, this chainsaw is very good for small to medium-sized trees that have fallen down or need to be taken down. Noting, I had no problem cutting through 6-inch, even 8-inch size trunks, char limbs. One reviewer concludes, it can't be used for big trees, but adds, this works excellently for small trees or limbs. I managed to cut up 2 decent-sized trees with this before I felt I needed to recharge. Number 5. Greenworks 16-inch 40-volt cordless chainsaw. This saw is light, very easy to use, and quieter than a gas saw, one reviewer concisely reports. And over 100 5-star reviewers also describe this chainsaw as quiet. After cutting 3 tall trees and a few shorties, I'm in love with this saw, one reviewer writes, adding, it's very quiet compared to a gas chainsaw. The weight is reasonable even with the battery. Another says, this made quick work of 12-inch or less diameter cleanup and is lightweight and incredibly portable. While another writes, it quietly cuts through 16-inch semi-dry red oak like butter. In fact, it's so quiet that one reviewer was even a little disappointed. Only downside, it doesn't sound very intimidating. Not recommended for haunted houses. People will just get confused as to why somebody in the dark is chasing them with a food processor. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos, so do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you need more information, or if you want to know the product's price, do check out my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below. Stay updated with our cool products, as it will make your life much more easier.